You got to keep the money moving, because if it sits still, it costs money.
To prove anything, to get $300,000+ loan, it was a piece of cake.
Look through the eyes of a real estate investor as we look over the real deals, the real numbers, the real flips in making money in real estate.
Thank you again, Greta. For the proud new owners of the property.
This is not a home improvement show. This is a financial improvement show, and you're gonna learn how to really flip with ReallyFlip.
We learned shortly after buying the property, when the monsoon season came to town and like soaked the whole thing down, that the property had some water retention issues of which we were previously unaware. So one of the big accomplishments from the last time we were here till now is I bought a bunch of fill, and we trucked it all in, and we rented some equipment, and we graded the property. Right now there's drainage ditches all the way around the perimeter of the property, and they drain out to the culvert at the street. So what we needed to do was kind of elevate the ground around the house so that in a heavy rain event, the water tends to go to the drainage ditches and not stay at the house. My role was first to like wonder what the heck's going on and figure out how to solve the problem. And basically after that, it was more to hand over credit cards, write checks, and orchestrate. Another major transformation, and we're not quite done with the trim paint, but a huge transformation in the past week or two over here is when we bought the house, one of the things I liked most about the house was this raw cedar clapboard, right? Most houses are painted, and this wasn't, which to me is like really unique. So we hired a guy who specializes in chemical wash, and he claimed all his chemicals are biodegradable. That's a bonus too. And he came in and he soaked the house down 2 or 3 times, and it just totally brightened up all the cedar. You know, it killed any algae, any fungus or whatever, and it just brightened the cedar. And then after it dried for several days, we went back and we oiled all of it. When we bought the house, there was a brand new window laying on the floor in the back bedroom. We're like, okay. And there was even like a framed in spot on the wall for it. Plus, the way the sun hits the house over here, it just seemed a natural progression to just go ahead and cut the hole and put the window in, because now in that bedroom, like, it's just bathed in sunlight. It's absolutely beautiful in there now. It occurred to us, like, you gotta have a back deck out here. With a backyard this big, certainly someone's gonna wanna be grilling steaks out here and, you know, hanging out in the backyard. So we kinda had to re-engineer the house a bit to accommodate a hallway to a back door. The house did not have a back door prior to this. So we designed that into the floor plan. And then I've got one of the guys on my crew, one of my regular guys, been with me for several years now. He's just a wizard at building decks like this, man. I mean, he could do it blindfolded. I basically showed up a couple days later to this absolutely gorgeous back deck. This is getting more and more exciting now, particularly because we're entertaining a prospective buyer. You know, it was this couple that was driving the neighborhood, and they're moving to Wilmington in part to start a church, or to branch out from the church of which they're already a part. Ding, I've got a parsonage, right? So the next time they came to town, they came over here, they fell madly in love. They're like, this is perfect. We're really on the home stretch here of putting a contract together with these folks. In fact, we expect to have it in writing this afternoon. We have been killing ourselves working hard on this house. It's almost done. We've got a buyer lined up. We've even got a proposed closing date, like finish line in sight, coming to fruition. We're psyched.
You have no idea how many options you have. It wasn't always this easy to get private funding for real estate investments. At CIX.com, you can see all of your options in minutes. Tap, No social security number required. Apply and get matched with up to 5 non-bank lenders who specialize in rentals, flips, and more. Get the money you need for any investment property at CIX.com. It's a redistribution of wealth that we've made safe and easy since 2015. We have more lenders than ever that are ready, willing, and able to fund your next deal. CIX.com. Meet your capital partner in minutes.
So I justified bringing in this lady named Catherine, who you'll meet today, who's fantastic. She'd built dozens and dozens of houses years ago, and she was really excited to get back into it. So she was very well qualified. When you guys and I first met, it was all me. I didn't have a project manager, so my phone would ring and ring and ring and ring. It doesn't ring quite as much anymore because, thankfully for me, Catherine is handling a lot of the calls and kind of blocking and tackling so that I can try to get back busy with growing a business, you know, buying low, selling high, finding deals, finding money. What do you think, Am? Huh?
Steve has been working hard to grow his business and has been doing a fantastic job. But no matter what he does, sometimes things can pop up that can't be foreseen.
I get a call from the surveyor. He says, "You're not going to believe this." And you know, you got to hate it when a conversation starts that way. Like, dude, spit it out. You know, what's the problem? The reason the house is positioned to the left of the overall lot is because there's a 60-foot wide easement consuming the entire right edge of the property that is still owned by the Wrightsboro Baptist Church. We were at $199.9 for the house on a half acre, and we were going to do a separate deal even if I had to hold the mortgage on the other half acre behind it of, you know, roughly 20 grand. I mean, we were going to be somewhere in the 220 range all in. And now, based in light of this new information, two things have happened. One, I had to abandon the plan to subdivide the property. And two, I basically had to include the entire acre and come down to a sale price comparable with the price per square foot of the other house we just sold recently, which is about 125 bucks a square foot, puts us at about 188 grand. So, inside of 2 days and 2 emails, I've watched what had been an anticipated 30,000, give or take, dollars pretty much disappear. Anticipated meaning that's what I was expecting in profit. Now we got to get out. Now we got to just finish the project and get to a closing and sell and sell it.
Next time on ReallyFlip, see how hiring a project manager has given Steve more time to work on his business rather than in his business. As deadlines approach fast, it's going to take every bit of Steve to make sure this property gets done on time. Will any more problems arise? And will Steve finally sell the parsonage? Find out next time on ReallyFlip. Want to learn how to flip real estate using none of your own cash or credit like Steve? Then visit ReallyFlip.com. Download the workbooks, flip tips, and everything you need to succeed.